We begin in Altadena, a neighborhood less known than the Palisades and often overlooked. A working-class community where families have lived for generations. For many here, rebuilding isn't just difficult, it may be out of reach. Most of the lots are still empty. Wildlife is slowly reclaiming what was left behind. But this man lives with hope, despite every obstacle.
This is where my house used to be.
When did you move here?
In December 1986.
86.
Yes, I want to stay in my lot, at least.
For José Luis, it's not just property. It's about the life he built, the roots he refuses to let go. He survives the only way he knows how, with his own hands.
And then they blew up the panels.
So you don't have any electricity here, do you?
Not from the city, no.
He's thinking about rebuilding, but differently.
The way I'm thinking, I'm thinking in containers, shipping containers. See, if I purchase a shipping container, I put another shipping container, I put a roof on top of it, and then I open doors and I make a place for living, yes.
Until José can rebuild, he lives alone in a caravan and shed surrounded by the pieces of his life.
So, I'm just waiting to see what happens for me.
In another part of Altadena, recovery looks different. Here, neighbors and volunteers are rebuilding together.
So we're with Habitat for Humanity. We are helping rebuild for the families who lost their houses after the Ines fire. It's this family here, they're in their 80s. They've lived in this house for 40 years.
So these are
these are all volunteers. And I would say most of them are probably, if not from the Altadena community, in some way connected with it. And just as Angelinos, as people in Southern California, we get people from Orange County that want to come and help. So I would say 90% of the people on site today are volunteers. And I would say 75% of those people, it's their first time ever on a construction site. So
it's a huge flux of help coming in because
an
of fires.
overwhelming amount of support in the best way possible.
We were all impacted by this last year. A lot of our members lost their homes. So it's important to be back in the community and helping put it back together.
It was devastating last year, and it's one little thing we can do to make someone's life better, to get back in their homes faster.
I live here in Altadena, and we're fortunate not to lose our home. So I've been here 10, 12 times. I've been with Habitat for Humanity for a long time. So this is my community. So giving back.
We're at a very catalytic point in our social climate that people want to do good. It's going to be a long process. It's going to be 5 years before we really start seeing neighborhoods look like what they used to. But we got to start somewhere. Laundry room, a little bit of a separation. We'll be able to, anybody who volunteers, we kind of just give them a Sharpie. We let them leave their notes, and family may not see it, but it's just a fun, hopefully it just transfers some good energy.
Slowly, block by block, Altadena is finding its rhythm again. Many of the houses here were built decades ago and had never burned down before. So why did the fire burn so fiercely this time, and why did it spread so fast? We asked an expert to explain.
And essentially we had an urban conflagration, and that is something that is really important to understand. These were flammable houses located in a place where there was a lot of vegetation for sure, but the fire is entirely anthropogenic. So Southern California has Santa Ana winds. In those conditions, when you have really high winds, you cannot fly helicopters, you cannot fly airplanes to drop water. It's too dangerous. And so it means that the fires are out of control and they're wind driven. The embers fly very, very, very far. Yes, you can fire harden houses, no question about it, and we have not done so because the science wasn't there or the cost is a bit more. But people will do stuff. People will build a wood fence against their house eventually because you forget, because it's cheaper than other materials. We forget that these are human-induced, both in terms of mistakes that are made, and then in some cases due to climate change where there is drier forests than ever before. Let's not pretend that there won't be any more fires. I'm not pointing the finger, I'm just saying that that land use pattern engenders danger. There's no two ways around it.
After losing her home in the Palisades fire, roughly 60 kilometers west, Karen Martinez reinvented herself as an expert in fire-resilient construction using non-combustible materials.
I'm building it out of a material called ICCF. It stands for Insulated Composite Concrete Form. These blocks are 4 feet long, 1 foot high, and 10 inches thick.
Oh, wow.
And they're non-combustible. They have a 4-hour fire rating, and they have a 250 mile an hour wind rating. And there's no cellulose in them, so they don't get termites or mold or dry rot. And they're about the same cost or even less expensive to build with compared to wood. For me, it's going to be about the same or slightly less compared to wood frame construction. So there's no reason not to build with it. I'm doing what I can to protect my home myself. You know, it's almost like I'm going to be my own firefighter in the sense by building with something that's not going to burn. The blowtorch is between 3,000 and 3,700 degrees. A wildfire is about 2,000 degrees. So this is much, much higher than, much hotter than a wildfire. I don't feel anything. Because people have been hearing about, you know, what I've been promoting for the last year. Several developers have come over to see the home, and some investors are in the midst of buying 30 vacant lots in the Palisades, and they are like strongly considering rebuilding with this, because when they sell those homes, you know, as their investment, it's going to be much, much easier for the buyers to get insurance. It's going to reduce their utility costs and everything else. So I think in one way you have to push, in another way you have to pull. You know, you have to show people the benefits of it. So
While some move forward, others are still living with the shock of what they lost and just don't have the energy to start over.
1 year after the fire, I have to say it's still pretty hard. It's been a hell of a year of feeling blue, not being able to get out of bed, having to go on medication, every day realizing what was in this house. We have 5 kids, and we had 40 boxes of photographs from birth to marriages and college graduation, high school yearbooks, I mean, letters from our parents, things that were handed down to us. And we've been in the Palisades for 35 years and loved our community, know everybody in the community. And then the dining room was over there. And then there was a hallway here with a big bedroom, bathroom, closet. And that was our house. It was very small, and we loved it. Garage was over there, and the garage housed most of our things because it was such a tiny house. It's hard, you know, it's just hard right now, but it'll get better.
It happened, and I can't fight reality. I can't spend my life wishing it didn't happen. It may sound, you know, naive or Pollyanna, but for me it gives me peace. And if I spend today angry it happened or wishing it didn't happen, you know, the fire wins.
Back in Altadena, the story comes full circle. Fair Oaks Burger was not harmed by the fires and quickly became a center of assistance, and it remains a place of support today.
Because we have a big parking lot, we used it as a way to give out like hygiene products, because at the time it was so unsafe up here that you had to wear a mask, you had to wear gloves. And we got sponsored by World Central Kitchen to start making food outside, which we've never done before, so it was a totally different experience. So we were making, food outside. Altadena is still a very small, almost like a village. It has, everybody knows each other. And I think after the fires, it only brought people closer.
We're here to show support for the local economy and hopefully help rise up some money for the area. I think it's just really hard to get the money, the funds. My understanding is that people that have lived in the area, it's been housing that has been passed down from generation to generation, and they can't afford to build here now. So that's the problem.
Muy horrible, horrible, horrible. Me living in La Cañada, and my friend one died, and then the friend in Altavista, in the area Altavista, que fue every time the fire.
I think this place represents what America means, which is humanity, kindness, and grace for one another, no matter what your color, no matter what where you come from, what your background is. There's a room for everyone here.
The fires changed these neighborhoods forever. What endures is the bond among the people who call them home and the determination to rebuild stronger from what was lost. Because the next fires are coming, not if, when.